welcome everybody to the High on Life podcast number 05. You're here with me, Joshua Laplap, Kenzo, Justice, and we got a surprise member here, Arjun. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Handsome man.
Where have you been?
Behind the camera.
Yeah.
This whole time. Thought I'd make a move.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Just want to shout out everyone who's listening online. Shout out to Ben, who's running the show back there, running between the computer and two cameras. He's making it happen
all by himself.
Now.
Incredible.
Octo man.
He's running 3 jobs. He does 3 jobs right now.
And we're not paying him at all.
Anyway, you can follow High on Life on all our platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are active on all those spaces. We are getting back into it. You can follow us on Anchor and Spotify as well. If you leave us a voice message on Anchor, you can do that by using the app on your phone. And you know what? We've been waiting for a voice message for a long time now. And the first one, the first person who leaves us a voice message on Anchor, we are going to give you a $100 gift card to our High on Life merch store.
Oh, damn.
What do they get?
I'm going to be the first one.
Yeah, right.
Do you even know how to use a phone, man?
No. Sorry. Help me.
Anyway, this week we are going to be doing a fan Q&A and a short debate.
Ooh. Cool.
Ooh,
I like that.
Yeah.
Get it spicy.
So let's just quickly dive into the questions. Let me.
All right.
You ready?
Let's roll up the sleeves. Here goes.
Keep it PG.
Yeah.
No.
So these are questions that I that came in this morning from our fans. This one is from Jake the Snake.
It's a great name.
Great name,
I
yeah.
think.
Do you have any trips coming up? Huh?
Well, we have some trips that we're doing locally in BC this upcoming month. To Tofino, maybe go to Portland, more locally. But if he's referring to like big High on Life trips, I think we're gonna pop something off in November. Not sure the location, but we have to go somewhere to film something with one of our brands we're collabing with, Malibu. So that will take us to a sunny and warm destination, but we haven't really finalized where we're going yet.
Yeah, maybe Mexico, Dominican.
So something's in the works.
That. Hopefully another trip to Indonesia later in the year. I know that's pretty high on our lists. So hopefully
Wait, what?
as well.
Seriously?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's happening.
We're coming back. I'm just gonna say we're gonna go back to Indonesia, probably Bali, but we want to definitely explore more of Indonesia because we didn't do it justice last time around. So we're coming back, 100%.
Parker's also on his way to Thailand like next week.
Yeah, exactly.
We got some stuff in the works.
I think by the time this airs, Parker will already have been like in Thailand.
In the air.
Yeah, in the air. Yeah, so this is just for our Indonesian fans. We are coming back to Indonesia, I guess.
Yeah.
To Bali.
We love you.
We said it now. It's got to happen.
All right, here we go. Another question. Okay, let me see here. This is a good one. This is from Shelby Smith. Do you have any good travel/life book recommendations?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, seeing as none of us read.
I do a lot of audiobooks because I just don't have time to act. I don't put any time for myself aside. But travel books, hey, I think the best book I've ever read on a trip was Shantaram, the whole story about, I won't give it away, but a man breaks out of jail and goes to India, and he's in like just what he has to do through his trials and errors of joining the mafia and like living in the slums there. And it's a big, thick book, but it was like the most inspiring book I've ever read while I was traveling. So that inspired me just to go off and do some pretty crazy stuff
They're making
myself.
a movie about that.
Yeah, I hope they don't wreck it though, because it's an incredible
Johnny
story.
Depp's gonna play Shantaram.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Crazy.
A good book I actually read not too long ago. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I don't know if I can say that.
You can say it.
You can say
It's,
it.
we can say that. We can. Okay,
Yeah.
drop the F-bombs. Yeah, it's a great book. I forget exactly who it's by, but it has an orange cover. It's really good. It just, I definitely recommend diving into that. Just kind of dropping the ego and kind of looking internally, not so much externally, and letting that dictate how you live your life. And that's one.
As
I would
per your
definitely recommend.
recommendation, I started listening to it yesterday as an audiobook. So I started that yesterday. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I personally like the short reads, quick, easy books that put you on the track to life. I think like 4 Agreements, one of them. Another one, my personal favorite, is The Art of War. And I think anyone and everyone, whether you're an entrepreneur, artist.
Are you
musician.
talking about the War of Art, you mean?
No.
Art of War, I think.
Whole nother story there.
Art of War is
It is the
different.
War of Art.
It's the War
Okay,
of Art.
because
The
there's the Art of
Yeah.
War too.
Yeah,
but
by
no, I've
Sun
never read
Tzu.
that.
By Sun Tzu. I
Sun
think.
Tzu.
The
Sun
War
who?
Of, No, The War of Art is by like Stephen Pressfield or something, and it's like the nature of just being a creative and fighting resistance, right? And the angel of creativity that touches you, or something. The
muse that comes to you if you make room for it every day.
Cool. I have to get some of those recommendations from you.
It's very abstract, but it's a really short read. But it's like one of the most like eye-opening reads for any creative that goes through like dips in creativity, or like you're going through a downtime and you're not really knowing how to break out of that kind of like funk. I would recommend that book.
Cool.
And actually, if any of our viewers has any good book recommendations, we're always looking for good stuff. So just leave us a comment of any of your favorite books or anything that you have read in the past that's inspired you, and let us know, because we love that stuff.
I like Garfield. 90
the classics.
Real
And
education.
Odie. I love lasagna.
Garfield and Odie. Okay, next question. This is from Mad Lad TV. What was your favorite place to travel to?
Oh man, it's way too hard to choose that. People always ask that same question. Every place is good for different reasons. I think, at the end of the day, it's too hard to choose.
Just name one and tell us why.
Name one, just quickly.
Honestly, South Africa for me was one place that sticks out a lot. It's just very eye-opening to just, I don't know, a different side of the world, and just how different people live and how much natural beauty there is. And I think a lot of people just paint a different picture of what Africa is. Then you go there and you just see just so many beautiful things, and see the people that are very down to earth and just very hospitable. So that was one place that I went once, and I've been back once since, and it's high on my list to go back again.
Awesome, that's a good one. I haven't been there yet.
Never been.
I want to go though. For me, if we're going in order here, was I think it would be Panama. It was one of my favorite trips I ever did by myself, solo travel. Like before the whole kind of high on life group travel thing, it was just like you kind of had a plan of what I was going to do. My itinerary was for 3 weeks, but it completely changed as soon as I got there, and just was my trip was completely influenced by the people I met, the locals. Just the experience I had was just so organic, and just I traveled from one end of Panama to the other and made my own way all the way back, and like hung out with some locals, some travelers, and like hiked a volcano, visited some crazy ass. Like there's so much to do in Panama, and I had no idea. And that was like my favorite trip because it was just written by everyone that I met and influenced by the country itself.
Was this kind of like your first solo trip?
No. This is probably like my third or fourth. I'd done Thailand and South America and some other places before. Yeah. So that was a really memorable one for me.
What about you, Arjun?
I'm going to say Bali. It's always been Bali. Every time I go back, I don't know, some part of me feels at home there. It's just the culture, the sun, not having, and I don't know, seems like life just slows down for me over there. And,
for sure.
Yeah, and like the people of Bali, I just love. Like it's just
they have the biggest hearts of anyone that I've ever met.
And it's just like I actually, because we all ride scooters whenever we go to like two wheels, and sometimes it's like hard to get used to the traffic in foreign countries, but if I even scratched my scooter in Thailand compared to if I knocked into an old lady on a scooter in Bali, the experience is completely different. Bali is like,
don't do that.
Don't crash in fucking
don't
general.
Crash into anyone, don't crash. It happened on my last trip. The scooter I was riding didn't have like good brakes on it, and like I bumped an old lady, and she looks at me, and all of a sudden she's just like, it's all good, you know. It's just like I was just like,
it's a nice old
lady. Wow, like cool, thanks, lady.
I have a great crash story. I crashed into someone too, but it was a house.
I remember that actually.
Wait, are you talking about our place?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I crashed into the house.
You were shooken up. That sucked.
I was shaken up, and my never mind. Next question.
All right, we're done.
No. Let's have another question.
Back to the fans. Yeah.
Back to the fans. Here's a good one. I saw this earlier. Okay, by Clara. Do you have a bucket list? Let's do this.
An extensive bucket list, a very extensive.
Like travel list or like things you want to do? I guess anything
could be
goes.
Anything, to be honest.
I mean, I'll fire off a couple quick travel ones. Like Antarctica is very high. There's other places within Africa that I really want to still do. A couple places within South America, like Panama, Argentina, Chile, Peru. So a lot of travel places, literally.
Yeah.
But as far as like activities or just things I want to experience, open ocean or underwater diving or just some sort of experience with a great white shark No cage, nothing. Just
Wow.
Okay.
nothing in between. That is number one on my bucket list.
What's the danger factor of this? Like,
depends. I mean, like anything, you have to kind
Depends
of.
how hungry it is.
You gotta read
What you had for breakfast.
assess the situation. But there is literally hundreds of people that have done it, and if you do it in those certain conditions, it is not dangerous at all.
Right.
But after lunch,
we were watching a shark thing the other day, and it was one of the big lines that I took away from it was, sharks shouldn't be afraid of. We shouldn't be afraid of sharks. Sharks should be afraid of us because of what we do to them.
This is true.
Just in general.
This is true. Yeah. So that's pretty much number one on my bucket
I like
list.
that one. Maybe I'll come with you.
You should.
Maybe.
You should. If you can, you should.
That should actually be our next video. Justice versus a great white shark. See who wins.
I don't float, so
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know.
What's on your bucket list, Justice?
So I got lots of places, but something that I really want to accomplish and skill set I want to gain is my skydiving license. And it's been something that I've wanted to do for the last 2 years and just have been waiting for the right group of friends to get their shit together or organize it or make a high in life video about it. And I'm here now. I've just had surgery and I can't do anything for about 8 months. And I'm just kind of like, why didn't I get my license prior to this? And it's okay. I mean, I'm 28. I can still get this stuff done. But like when this heals and when I'm able to jump out of a plane and land safely, I'm full blown. I've already saved up some money, full blown going for that. And I hopefully there's a large group of us that want to do it with us as well. And then I want maybe make a high in life video of it. I'd love to make the beginning to end, how to get your skydiving license and document it. And I think that'd be pretty inspiring to a lot of people. But that's just like my personal goal. I want to jump out of airplanes and eventually. Mom, don't listen to this, but I kind of wanted to do some base jumping as well.
Ooh,
yeah.
Into the ocean where a great white shark will be
exactly.
waiting.
It's all coming together.
It's a 2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Yeah. So that's where my head's at. It's always been with adrenaline and adventure sports. That's what's happening in the next year for sure.
It's never too late to get your skydiving license. You always see like 99-year-old jumps out of a plane.
Well, my mom's not that old, but like my brother and I bought her a skydiving coupon for her birthday when she turned something. I'm not gonna tell her age because she made me. Okay. So yeah, you can do it any age for sure.
Cool.
How about you, Arjun? Bucket list item.
I'm actually about to check a big one off my list.
Seriously?
Bought my first motorcycle.
Whoa. Oh, yeah, you did.
And I'm going to, I promised my girlfriend that I'd go to like safety riding school, whatever that is. Learn how to.
I hear they have that in Bali.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, because she was sitting on the scooter while I hit the old lady. But so I'm going this weekend up to North Van, and this Sunday I'll have most of my restrictions lifted off my Canadian driver's motorcycle license because, as you all know, in Asia you don't really need a motorcycle license. And but there's a lot of countries I still want to visit. But one of the biggest things I want to do is I want to go see the Northern Lights. I think that's something that I don't want to say what I want to do while I'm looking at them, but I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about
photography?
Photography.
I would like to take the whole experience in.
Sure.
Expand my eyes.
You know what's really interesting? I remember watching this Japanese ad. It's like an anime ad about Vancouver and Canada specifically. They made this anime of like Vancouver and like Toronto, and there was another place in, I think it was Calgary or something, and it was just a bunch of anime characters standing underneath like some northern lights. What? And I was like, okay, well, there must be something, there must be some connection. So I was looking into it, and apparently I believe the Japanese people, how do you say this? They believe that if you conceive children underneath the northern lights, it's good luck.
Oh. Yeah.
Make some Super Saiyans, I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably. Probably
you can see the northern lights in Vancouver. It happens once in a while. It happened earlier this year. Like it was you go to Spanish Banks, a beach that's really close to us, and if you're lucky, people were doing all sorts of photography from it, and like just Google it. It was pretty nuts.
That's right. I lived here for 10 years, and
I know.
Haven't
seen that. I've seen it before up north, Yellowknife, and it's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
The Coast Guard stuff.
I think we heard that we might have a trip up to the Alaskas or something.
The Alaskas?
The Alaskas? There's more than one now?
Might be Yellowknife.
There's Alaska 1 and Alaska 2, the one that Russia has. I would like to share what my bucket list would be.
Right.
Okay. One of my bucket list items would be to create something similar to the Watchtower of Turkey.
Oh. Jesus.
Elaborate.
You ever seen that one?
Oh, it's such a great video.
Okay, and what that would be, I would like to make a video as intense as that, but in India, or maybe in Pakistan or around those areas.
I love that idea. I love getting creative like that. The only thing I saw recently was a video about not making how many people had tried to duplicate the Watchtower of Turkey and how people should stop doing that shit because it's over the top. But we would do our own,
we would just
planned version.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
The Watchtower of India.
Wow, there we go. I was hoping I'd get you to do an Indian accent.
No, not in front of the real Indian guy here. No, not at all. Moving on to our last question from a fan. I think this one was really good. This is from Tanya Talks.
Not my roommate. Not Tanya.
No.
Is that your roommate?
Shut up. This is supposed to be serious, okay?
Sorry.
All right? Okay, serious face. This is from Tanya. Okay. Moving forward, what is your present vision for this channel? With the podcast, random videos, etc., what do you wish to now accomplish?
This guy?
Sorry, Kenzo.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're in a bit of a transitional period right now. We're trying different things like the podcast. We're just doing a bit more kind of inspirational pieces, doing some more, storytelling, voiceover stuff. So I think, we are just trying different things. We're seeing what the response is with, kind of the community. But more than anything, I think for all of us, it's just further expanding that family. Just, with all the outreach and just people that have kind of, fresh eyes that have kind of come into the channel as of late, and just, all those loyal, fans that have just been with us since the beginning. We've just realized how important that connection is and how we just want to keep kind of growing that family. So just continually putting out in the world what we've already been doing, just that spirit, that kind of, just a little bit of everything of what we've been doing, but just, further expanding that family, trying to keep being creative, keep growing, I guess, as individuals and also as our channel. Obviously, we're maturing a bit to a certain degree, so there's elements of what we've done before, but we're just, trying to take those in more creative ways in different directions and just see what people gravitate towards and what we enjoy doing and how we can keep building on that. So, I don't know,
you touched on a lot of, touched on a lot of things I think I agree with as well. Big thing, it's a transitional period. Also, it's a testing period for all of our creativity. I know that everyone here has great ideas about videos that we've been doing. Podcast idea was Josh's, and I think that's fantastic. And I think that will open High in Life up to a broader audience. And like Kenzo said, we're maturing as far as people, right? And so it's not so much we want to just travel the world and, have everyone just look at us and look at the amazing time we're having. But to me, it's more important to teach people. Like I look at myself when I was younger, I was looking for a lot of answers, a lot of guidance from people. So I want to be able to facilitate that as a group and answer a lot of questions that young people have that maybe feel like they're lost, and answer questions about traveling, breaking out of your comfort zone, whether you should go to school or not, post-secondary, that kind of thing. And like, I think if we can still have fun and be together in a group and travel, but also put a really like wonderful message out there and inspire some people and answer some questions that people have, I think that is what my focus would like to be for these kind of things. So that's why we've done recently, like the podcast, as we said, Parker's video about, it was more insightful about, just taking time to yourself. And then a lot of our vlogs that I think are coming out have more of a message than just like, we're traveling, having fun type stuff. So I'm hoping that actually resonates with a lot of people in our audience and we get lots of great feedback. So we're just trying new things and testing the waters, and it's been a great experience so far. So that's what we're kind of doing. That's the plan.
Damn.
Well said.
Bitch, that made me cry.
Woo!
How about you, Arjun? What do you think?
I agree with everything Justice said, honestly.
Pull your mic closer to your mouth.
There it is.
I agree with everything Justice said, and especially moving forward after what we have all gone through together as a group recently, just finding ways to keep going forward. And I know even from back in the day when we were making videos, we'd get a lot of emails and telling people how our videos were helping people get through their tough times. And I think right now it's more important than ever to find the beauty in life and moving forward with that beauty in life, and remembering all the good times and just keep making more good times, and finding the core message of what does it mean? Like Justice was saying, like moving forward from just having a good time, but actually touching on some real issues that affect everyone and everyone. Like the big question: do I go to college right after school, or do I take a break? What do you want to do with your life? What do I want to do? You know, like.
I mean, we're still asking that question to ourselves. Yeah. It's right now, yeah.
Like, even in my 30s right now, I still...
Wait, you're in your 30s, man?
Yes, I am.
Oh, damn.
But that's mature, man.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the older ones.
How do you do that?
I am the oldest one in this town.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Ben's older.
Yeah.
But I just want to keep seeing us do more stuff that inspires people to find themselves.
Yeah,
and embrace all the opportunities that, you know, at least take a leap of faith and just see where it'll take you. And it doesn't always have to take you somewhere where you're like, oh yeah, like I made such good decisions by not going to my architecture or architectural degree or whatever. You know, you can always go back to that. But the chances you take in your youth while you have the energy and like the spontaneity to do whatever it might be, you know.
While you still have the energy. Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, trust me, the energy levels go down.
That's why last week Eric Elder was here, and I was asking, is it too late for someone like me, like 29 years old, to go on a group trip, like with life before work?
What was the answer?
No. I know it's not. Obviously, the answer is no. But I'm somehow just self-conscious that like, oh man, I've coasted through like my early 20s and not really knowing what to do, and now I'm feeling like I really want to do something, but there's this part of you really feel like I wasted the early 20s.
I mean,
30 is the new 20.
I think the time that you talk about, the wasted time, wasn't actually wasted, because I used to think like, oh man, I did too much partying. I should have done this. I should have done that. But like, I'm here because of the time I wasted too, in a way, you know, like you are where you're meant to be in a way.
There's a quote.
You're going to kill yourself though if you just constantly live in the past and look at your past. And say, I regret doing that. Like I have tons of regrets. Like I didn't really start doing what I wanted to do until like really this year or last year. And but everything that I did before has kind of led up to this, like Arjun said. So like, don't fault yourself for that.
Okay.
Just keep moving.
Just keep moving?
Forward?
Just keep moving forward.
Moving which way? Forward, backward, left side, right side?
Anywhere you can go from here. Just keep going. Don't stay put. Don't be stagnant.
There's a quote that I want to bring up, but like I can't remember it off the top of my head. But
great quote. Good
talk. Thanks.
I know which one you're talking about.
All right. Unfortunately, we got to end the podcast right now.
Right now.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's a short one.
We're running out of time, unfortunately.
It was a good, sweet one.
But yeah, short and sweet. We hope we answered all the questions that.
We can always take more questions.
I like fan questions, by the way. I think we should do more of that.
Yeah, we should do more for sure. So yeah, you know, always feel free to ask us questions. We will bring them up as much as we can, either on the podcast or whatever. And yeah, what else should we say?
Follow us.
Yeah, follow us.
Tell your friends, tell your family,
tell your moms.
Get involved in the podcast. Send us, things you want to hear us talk about, whether it be suggestions of who we should have on board on the podcast, or just questions or topics we could touch on. Because I think one of the things we want to do is start having more in-depth conversations about some kind of touchy subjects that people have about the travel space or about life in general, and we're happy to tackle those conversations because we all have very strong opinions, and they're not always the same, so that's great.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, as we mature as a channel, like, I think what we're seeing is that we are not the only people with answers, or we are not the only people with experience or stories. Like, what I would love to see is for us to share amazing stories, be it, travel or entrepreneurship or like people like achieving their dreams and stuff like that. Those are the stories that I would like to, share with our audience because,
yeah, I agree.
The whole
story. Sure. We're all growing together at the end of the day. And
let's grow together, guys.
Every question we answer, every question that's asked, don't touch me. No. It's I've all part of the process.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay.
According to Ben.
Anyway, we got to wrap this up, so we will catch you all next week. Bye.
Adios.